Hey everybody, it is January 30th, 2012, and you're listening to Project White Rice, the news report hosted by Zach and Chris.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Chris. That was a long freaking opening.
Yeah. So, what do we have for today in news?
Alright, there wasn't much to find off Yahoo, though.
Well, that's because our only source of news is Yahoo.
So far is Yahoo.
So if you want to see these, just go to Yahoo.
Alright, anyway, first on our list, we found a video of the worst free throw miss in NBA history.
Now, I don't know if it's the worst free throw miss in NBA history because I've seen worse. Okay, not on NBA because I don't watch NBA, but I've seen worse from first person.
Yourself.
Yeah, Wayne knows what I'm talking about. Me. I'm pretty terrible. So this is normal to me, this free throw thing.
Basically, to coin the term, he did an air ball.
Yeah.
If you guys are like,
it
didn't even reach the rim or anything, didn't touch the back.
He had this whole startup thing. He was just sitting there. He's twirling the ball. He's all ready. He's sweating. Everyone else is staring. The crowd is quiet. Goes up, takes a shot. Air ball hits the floor. His teammates come up to him, and I can only imagine
You're in NBA.
Insane.
I'm still saying
the teammates' instincts are to go up to the guy who just shot and high five him every time. That's what they do. That's when they shoot a free throw. They go up to the guy and they high five him. But with this one, they go up to him and they high five him, and one guy's just talking to him for a while. Like, what the fuck was that? Seriously, you just missed that. How do you?
I don't know. If you're in NBA, you should at least be able to hit the rim.
Yeah.
Or at least the backboard.
Give some effort there, buddy. It's a good thing I'm not in the NBA because you'd be seeing that a lot more often.
I don't know. I mean, I like in middle school or something, it'd probably be okay, right?
Yes. I couldn't even make the ball go that high in middle school.
Yeah, you were pretty short.
I was very short in middle school.
Yeah.
Anyway, on to our next topic.
Moving on.
The 400 million Facebook mistake, or as I like to call it, Facky Book. And if you watch at WTF, it's Jack and Dean, you'll know why. That's a YouTube channel. Go ahead and check them out. They're funny. Anyway, $400 million Facebook mistake. Would you like to explain this?
All right, so from reading this article, I can get the fact that this guy was given the option of joining Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, to join him in making Facebook early on in his stage, and he decided not to do it because he didn't want to get expelled from school.
How do you get expelled from school? I haven't watched that movie, the Facebook movie. I don't remember what it's called, with Justin Timberlake. But
yeah.
I haven't watched that movie. Why would they be expelled from school for trying that?
They said that it was something about doing a different project. It was called. Oh, here it is. It says it was called the Face Mash, and then. Yeah, it was also shown in The Social Network, which is the movie you guys were talking about.
Uh-huh.
And then, his dad, he said his dad was a professor at the university and didn't like what they were doing. And he said that they were threatening to expel him if he continued working with Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay, so at the time, tell me what you would do. You have a website. No one knows about it. It's not even made yet. Your friend asks you if you want to help with it. It doesn't even seem like it's going to go anywhere. And if you do it, if you do this project, then you might be expelled. What would you do?
I don't know.
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it either.
He made the right choice.
He made the right choice at the time.
Yeah.
And it was also because his dad was also a professor at the university, so that probably put a lot of pressure on him too.
Yeah, so I think he made the right choice, but in the long run, there's no way he could have known that Facebook was going to do that for him.
Funny thing is that he's still friends with Zuckerberg.
Well, Zuckerberg probably takes him to places on his yacht and stuff.
Oh, man.
But that would be bad.
$400 million. I bet you anything.
Just watching Facebook grow, become that large, would just be torture. To me, if I passed out on it, I was just like, nah, I think I'll just pass.
Can you imagine what the dad must have felt like when he realized that mistake? How do you think his dad would feel, honestly, about that?
Bad? That's all I can say. Just bad, unless he's dead.
No, I don't know. If the dad was still around. Okay, so imagine if your dad told you not to do a project, and you saw it become like $1 million project, what would your dad think?
He would say sorry. 'Cause he always tells me that I need to get like he's joking, but he tells me I need to get a high-paying job so I can buy him a house, his dream house. And he's like, well, you kind of owe us for, helping you grow up. And I was like, yeah, you did buy me a lot of anything. You fed me.
But I don't know. I'd be like, Dad. I'd be like, would you ever let that go?
As long as my life was fine. I mean, if my life was seriously, like, I wanted to kill myself after that, if that's how bad it was, then I wouldn't let it go. But he said his life is fine, right?
Yeah, he got his career in politics.
Oh, God, I kill myself.
Yeah, it says this here, Green followed his passion for politics and worked for John Kerry's failed 2004 presidential campaign. So at least...
So he's doing a lot with his life.
Yeah,
and of course I'm being sarcastic when I say that.
Okay. So what would you do if you had to pass up on a $400 million project and you didn't know about it?
Write it in the comments below if you actually do that stuff.
All right. Anyway, the last two, sorry about those two stories, aren't exactly that big or epic or insane. But I think this last story that we found is probably...
It's very different. I've never heard of anything like this happening because I've never known anyone that was that...
Shallow.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead and explain the story.
All right. So apparently, on the news segment, it says that this man bought 2 Super Bowl tickets, roughly worth $8,000.
Still ridiculous. That price is just... Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So he bought them because he wanted to get it for his girlfriend for them to go to the Super Bowl. All right? Then he found out he had bladder cancer. And then, because of that bladder cancer, she broke up with him because she doesn't want a boyfriend that has cancer and to deal with all that stress. And then now this girl,
that's where it starts going into this girl is a bitch and this guy is, yeah. Anyway, go on.
So now this girl is saying you should still give me those Super Bowl tickets.
Even bitchier. Go ahead.
And the reason why is because she believes that when he was buying the tickets at the time, he was thinking of her, so those are rightfully hers.
Right. So we've just passed the bitch line and went into the dirty, skanky whore line. That's a line you can't come back from. So, trust me, I know this. Trust me, I know.
Anyway, so now he's auctioning. He's going to do a raffle for those tickets using the hashtag #WinMyEx's Super Bowl tickets on Twitter.
Good for him.
Good for him. Honestly, what did he see in her that made her stay?
I'm sure it was fine before he got bladder cancer, and then bladder cancer seems to f everything up.
Cancer seems to f everything up in general.
Yeah,
not just bladder cancer.
No, just bladder cancer. just bladder cancer. No.
You just said just
all cancer.
Honestly, how shallow can you really get?
I don't even know how to talk about this because it seems like it's so obvious to other people that you just don't do that. That it's kind of like, what? How do you even think?
How can she even say that?
I don't know. How did he even get onto the news? Did he just?
No, I think it's because it's on Twitter.
Okay, so
social media usually ends up on the news.
That's okay. Yeah, all right. I can see that happening.
I mean, look at TMZ or Inside Edition or any of those. No, but they're on. It goes from the social media, like their personal profiles and Twitters and stuff, and then it ends up on the news media.
All right. Yeah. Okay. What's this girl's name? Ellie? Aaliyah?
It doesn't state his ex-girlfriend. That's a good thing. Because
let's not disclose the girl's name.
It's a lot better that way, or else she's going to get bitched out hard.
There might be a couple of angry people. But good for the guy. The girl, hopefully, for her sake, will never be known. No one ever knows who she is.
So hope she regrets it.
Do something again in her life. But that is a good story and a bad story, all the same. But
well, she got what she deserved. That's just the bottom line of it.
What? Okay, wait.
She didn't. She doesn't.
She didn't get what she deserved. She broke up with her boyfriend because he had cancer, and all that happens to her, she doesn't get to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Something else should happen. But
I'm sure karma or whatever in the world is out there will happen to her.
She'll get dealt with, man. She'll get dealt with. Okay.
All right, so now it's time for the
weird segment of the podcast day. Yay! I still don't know how to introduce that. No, I'm working on it though.
All right,
let's.
All right, the weird story of the day.
What is it?
There is a new baseball card out.
Okay, that's boring.
That's boring, except it doesn't have a baseball player. Well, technically it does. It's just a shoe. But the main focus is the fact that there's a squirrel on it. Well, the whole card is focused on the squirrel instead of the player.
The card literally has the guy's part of the guy's leg in the picture, and the squirrel running past him, and that's the picture. And it says Skip Shoemaker.
Schumacher.
Yeah, whatever. Like that. I don't know his last name, but he's on the Cardinals. If you guys want to see this said baseball card, then go ahead and click on the link that Christian will put up on the screen right now. More work for you. All right.
No, I'm gonna leave it in the description as always,
and the screen. And then, we thought it was weird that there would be a actual baseball card with a squirrel on it instead of the person's face.
How much do you think I know that?
What if he gets really good and this trading card becomes?
And that's what I'm thinking. Like, what if this card becomes super famous and well, how much do you think it'd go for? I mean, baseball cards usually go really expensive, right?
I don't know. I have a couple.
People, you always hear those stereotypes oh, I have this and this guy's rookie card or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And it's it's worth blah blah blah, and he signed it for me or whatever.
Yeah, I want to see the Skip Shoemaker just turn into Tony Gwynn.
If he does, oh my gosh, that squirrel pick is going to be... I'm pretty sure it's already famous, just because it's a squirrel pick.
Do you think they asked them what picture they want?
What do you think they were thinking when they were producing that card?
Is Skip Shoemaker even a person? Is this a joke?
No, it really isn't.
I want to hear his reaction to this card.
I don't know.
If he knew about it or not, because that would... I would do it if I was a baseball player.
And you just have a picture of a squirrel.
If somebody on that, making the baseball cards was like, "Hey, we have a proposition for you."
Do you think this was all intentional, or
we can make your baseball card have a squirrel on it? I'd be yes. Why do you even ask? Just do it. Do it for everyone. I will pay you to do it for every single person in this.
But oh my gosh. Do you think they were even thinking about that intentionally, or was that just an entire screw up altogether?
I think it's intentionally a joke, but it's a card now, so you can't.